Welcome to the RTA Mobility Management video series, How to Decide Which Transit Options Are Right for You. This video will help customers understand the accessible transit options in the RTA region and how to make informed transportation decisions.
Customer uses scooter to board a CTA L train with gap filler.
All CTA and PACE buses, CTA L trains, and Metro trains are accessible to older adults and people with disabilities throughout the RTA region. However, if there is limited public transportation in the area, or you have a health condition or disability that prevents you from using public buses and trains, you may have additional transportation options.
Customer uses Lyft to board call and ride vehicle.
If you live in Cook, DuPage, Kane, Lake, McHenry, or Will County, you may have access to Call and Ride, Dial a Ride, ADA Paratransit Service, and the Taxi Access Program, TAP. Our first chapter is about PACE Call and Ride Service.
Call and ride vehicle drives down the street.
PACE Call and Ride Service is a curb-to-curb shared ride service.
Customer calls to reserve a call and ride trip.
It is open to the general public and is accessible for older adults and people with disabilities. Trip reservations are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis. You can reserve your trip at least 1 hour or up to 1 day in advance.
Customer uses scooter to board call and ride vehicle Lyft.
The fare for call and ride service is the same as PACE's fixed route public bus. You can pay for your call and ride trips with exact cash, reduced fare permit, or a Ventra fare card. Discounted fare transfers between call and ride vehicles and fixed route PACE buses are only available when you use a Ventra fare card. Call and ride service may be a great option for you when you are traveling within a specific call and ride service area. You need recurring trips to the same place at the same time, as long as the desired time slot is available. You need to get to fixed route buses and trains that are not within walking distance. You are eligible for ADA Paratransit Service, but you are located outside of the ADA Paratransit Service area. You may use call and ride service to get within an ADA Paratransit Service area. Contact PACE at 847-364-7223 for more information about call and ride services. Our second chapter is about Dial a Ride service.
Dial a ride vehicle approaches customer using a white cane.
Dial a Ride service is different from call and ride service because some Dial a Ride services are not open to the general public and are only offered to older adults and people with disabilities. You must reserve Dial a Ride trips up to 1 to 2 days in advance. Recurring trip subscription service is not available.
Customer using white cane boards a Dial a Ride vehicle.
Each township or village determines the fares for their local Dial a Ride service. Dial a Ride only accepts exact cash fare payments. You can purchase transfer vouchers from the Dial a Ride driver to transfer to a PACE fixed route public bus.
Customer pays fare and receives a transfer voucher.
Rules for eligibility, fares, the service area, operational hours, and reservations are determined by the township or village sponsoring each Dial a Ride service. Dial a Ride service may be a great option for you when you need an accessible, reservation-based, curb-to-curb shared ride service. You need to travel within the boundaries of the designated Dial a Ride geographic area. You need to connect to fixed route public transportation or to get to an ADA Paratransit Service area.
Customer with white cane exits vehicle at transit center.
Contact your township or village for more information about Dial a Ride programs in your area. Our third chapter is about ADA Paratransit Service.
ADA Paratransit vehicle drives down a street.
ADA Paratransit Service is a shared ride origin to destination service for individuals whose disability or health condition prevents them from using fixed-route public transportation for some or all of their trips. ADA paratransit is provided within 3/4 of a mile of PACE or CTA fixed-route bus service or CTA-L stations. ADA paratransit service runs during the same hours and days as the CTA and PACE fixed-route public transportation in the area. To use ADA paratransit service, you must first be certified by the RTA. To apply, call the RTA Mobility Services Helpline at 312-663-4357 to complete a phone screening and request an application.
Customer calls to schedule in-person interview and assessment.
Once you have filled out the application, call the helpline to schedule an in-person interview and assessment at one of the RTA Mobility Assessment Centers.
Customer completes physical assessment.
After the in-person interview and assessment, you'll be notified of your eligibility decision in writing. If eligible, you will receive information about how to use the ADA paratransit service, and you may schedule trips according to your eligibility.
Customers wait for their ADA paratransit vehicle to arrive.
ADA paratransit trips must be reserved 1 day in advance. You must schedule your return trip when requesting your initial trip. It is important to be ready to board the vehicle at the time of your scheduled pickup.
Customer using a manual wheelchair boards vehicle lift.
If you take trips to and from the same location at the same time, at least 2 days per week, you may be eligible for ADA paratransit subscription service. Subscription customers do not need to call in advance for repeat trips that have been pre-approved. ADA paratransit service may be a great option for you when you have a disability or health condition that prevents you from being able to use CTA and PACE fixed-route public transportation for some or all of your trips. You are found eligible for ADA paratransit service and need to travel within 3/4 of a mile of a CTA or PACE bus route or CTA-L station. Our fourth chapter is about the Taxi Access Program, TAP.
ADA accessible taxi drives down a street.
The Taxi Access Program provides ADA paratransit eligible customers the option to use taxis at reduced rates for same-day trips that begin within the city of Chicago. Information about the Taxi Access Program is sent to customers who are eligible for ADA paratransit service. Once you are notified that you are eligible for ADA paratransit service, a separate application form must be completed and sent to PACE in order to obtain a TAP card. If you are certified for ADA paratransit service, you may contact PACE by phone or visit pacebus.com to request a TAP card or to obtain information on how to add rides to your TAP card.
Customer using a wheelchair hails accessible taxi.
The Taxi Access Program may be a great option for you when you are an ADA paratransit eligible customer and your trip begins in the city of Chicago. You have last-minute appointments, you need to take shorter trips, or you need a more flexible pickup schedule. You prefer to hail a taxi on the street instead of making an advance reservation. You prefer a same-day direct trip to your destination. You would like to take a taxi at a significantly reduced fare rate.
Customer using wheelchair swipes TAP card to pay taxi fare.
Contact PACE for more information about the Taxi Access Program, TAP. Our final chapter is about fixed-route public transportation and commuter rail.
Images of CTA and PACE buses, CTA-L train and Metro train.
ADA accessible CTA and PACE buses, CTA-L trains, and Metra commuter rail trains are available to older adults and people with disabilities throughout the RTA region. ADA accessible Metra, PACE, and CTA fixed route buses and trains may be a great option for you when You do not want to schedule your trips in advance and want to be more spontaneous and have more flexibility with your trip. You need to plan your trip to either start or end at a certain time. You would like to spend less money on transportation, especially if you are eligible for RTA's fare programs.
Customer using scooter pays to board a CTA L train with an RTA reduced fare card.
For more information on using transit in the RTA region, please check out the other videos in this series online by visiting RTA's YouTube page at youtube.com/user/RTA Chicagoland or visit rtachicago.org.
For additional information, contact CTA at transitchicago.com or 888-968-7282. Metra at metrorail.com or 312-322-6777. Pace at pacebus.com or 847-364-7223. ADA paratransit certification at rtachicago.org or 312-663-4357. PACE Paratransit and Taxi Access Program, TAP, at pacebus.com or 800-606-1282. Ventra at ventrachicago.com or 877-669-8368.